Hi friends, welcome to GMK tutorials. In this video, we are going to see about the battery aware systems. Okay, over the years, with increasing the usage of the mobile devices in everyday life, that means previously we are using some basic mobiles like Nokia 1100. At that time, the features of the mobiles may be very limited, as well as that kind of the mobiles also giving us so many battery life. That means if you are charging the corresponding mobile, it will give the battery up to maybe week or maybe 2 weeks also. But nowadays the technology goes on increasing. Obviously, we are incorporating more number of functionalities in the mobile. Obviously, we are providing such a kind of the battery capacity is also more compared to the previous versions. That means if you are increasing the complexity of the device in terms of applications, in terms of usage, obviously the amount of battery requirement for the corresponding device is also increases. That is the first point, right? As well as the growth rate of the number of these kind of the portable devices is very high compared to the rate of growth of the desktop and server systems. That means if you are comparing these kind of the mobiles and all those things, it is very frequently increasing in over a period of time compared to the like laptops and server systems. So it is observed from the statistics also, right? As well as it has been observed that the processing capability of the contemporary portable computing devices become comfortable to that of desktop computing. That means these kind of the mobiles and tabs are very flexible to work that kind of the devices compared to the system. That means if you want to work with a system, you need to carry that device. So that is a complicated. But if the devices like mobiles and like laptops and tabs are available with handy, so we can easily carry from one place to another place, as well as such a kind of the flexibility will be there in terms of work point of view, as well as in terms of handling of the devices also. As well as moreover the complexity of the portable devices increasing due to that the gradual addition of more and more functionality, the battery life is also decreases. One more important point is nothing but the power dissipation keeps on increasing with increasing the computing capacity. That means obviously if you are increasing number of devices means that obviously the usage of the applications also increases. As the devices applications increases, obviously the power requirement is also increases. Therefore the battery life increases as well as power dissipation is also increases. Unfortunately, the advancement in the VLSI domain, power efficient approaches used in a design, but the energy consumption may not be decreases compared to the laptops. That means so the uses of the battery may not be decreases, but the power capacity is also increases. Next one. As these devices are battery operated, as well as the battery life is a primary concern. That means if you once charge the corresponding device, it will give them more and more hours of the battery. Obviously, it is one of the best example for the success of the corresponding device. If the battery life is very limited, obviously that is also one of the parameter we have to consider for the failure of the devices. So certain consideration. As well, the commercial success of these kind of the product depends on the generally weight, cost, battery runtime after each recharge. As well as unfortunately, the battery technology has not kept in mind while the designing of the system. Up to now, we discussed so many units up to the 50 unit. We are not considering battery is one of the part of the system. You have to consider that battery is also while the designing of the system. We are not considering that, but we have to consider that is also one of the most important parameters, because the battery is that decides the size of the device, the lifetime of the device, as well as the success of the device is also depends on the battery. So this is a motivational for the designers to consider the alternative approaches such as the battery aware synthesis to satisfy the energy requirement of the portable devices. So this is the difference between the low power synthesis and battery aware system. So the low power design approaches try to reduce the power consumption by using the suitable approaches. So generally in case of the low power applications, we are using the power dissipation can be reduced with the help of a capacitor, frequency, supply voltage. But if you go for the battery point of view, we have to reduce the amount of energy required to the corresponding application. Then only we can increase the battery life is also, as well as the power dissipation is also decreases if you are consuming very less amount of current. Okay. So on the contrary, battery aware synthesis approaches try to make efficient use of available energy in the battery So the optimization of the battery life, that is nothing but performance can be maximum in terms of battery, as well as it becomes one of the primary objective for the portable computer system. This is just a brief introduction about the battery hours. So this graph shows that how this is energy. So this is nothing but Moore's law. According to Moore's law, the devices are increases very rapidly. Okay, over years and years, the corresponding transistors on the die is also very into 1965 around 1K. If you go for 2005 or 2006, it is around 2 giga. Okay, so these kind of the transistors can be year and year. Obviously, this is increasing. As well as the power consumption is also rapidly increasing as compared to the corresponding devices also. Okay, so but here the battery, that means here the power consumption is also increases, but energy density may not be approaches to the up to the mark. So this is some gap will be there in terms of the power as well as in terms of energy. So this is generally called the widening battery gap between the power as well as the energy. Unfortunately, battery technology has not been able to maintain the same ratio of growth energy density. Okay, that is also one more important to know. Okay, so overview of battery technologies. So users of portable devices look for a long run and a quick recharge and always on the at a low cost. Generally, if you are buying something, obviously we are expecting the devices with very good battery life as well as a quick recharge of the corresponding device. We are also expecting the fast charging of the devices also nowadays. So one of the balancing a compact design with a higher power requirements in the increasing the energy density of the battery is nothing but the common method for evaluating the energy density. It should be considered like generally the amount of energy can be considered battery units is nothing but whatever per kilogram as well as ampere per hour kg. As well as the energy density of the commonly used battery technologies that have been developed over the years to meet the increasing demand for the smaller and lighter and higher capacity rechargeable batteries also. So this is just a brief introduction about the battery life. That means finally the energy requirement may not be up to the mark compared to the power consumption, but that gap will be increasing over the years also. Okay, as well as these are some of the batteries are available. This is a nickel cadmium battery, so the energy density is around 40, greater than 40 and less than 50. As well as nickel cadmium batteries are around 780, lithium batteries are also 100. So rechargeable alkali batteries also. So this is just a brief energy density of the commonly used batteries as and corresponding energy density values in terms of watt hour per kg. Okay. So we will discuss the nickel types of batteries in the later session. Okay. So thank you for